everybody. Welcome to Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. Man, am I stoked about today's show. A couple of newbies on the studio today, and I can't wait. She drives a NOSA sprint car. She drives a Lightning sprint car. Number 72, rookie in the NOSA class last year. Kate Taves is in the studio. And I call him a sprint car guru. I can't wait to talk to this man. Either Todd Slocum is here. Man, it's going to be fun. Of course, Stephen Lewis, Dale the producer, all here. Corey Litton, yeah, you did lose. Let's see, Nick Curtis beat you by 8 seconds, but we'll be back. Again, our show today also brought to you by the Santa Claus Girls. The Santa Claus Girls is a non-profit organization serving the Grand City since 1916. The Santa Claus Girls' mission is to provide toys, food, books, hats, gloves, and socks to kids aged 12 and under from low-income families, all of the things needed to be a kid during the holidays. Donate now for kids 12 and under living in Grand Forks, East Grand Forks, and the Grand Forks Air Force Base, and kids aged 4 and under in Emerado. Maybe you'd like to find out about volunteer opportunities for groups and individuals. The Santa Claus Girls distributed gifts to over 1,600 kids in the area last year. With a goal of $70,000 this year, you can help donate online via PayPal or call 701-772-8121 to find out more. By donating just $40, you'll be sponsoring a bag for one child. Even making Christmas better for one local child would be a great thing. Please reach out to the Santa Claus Girls soon. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to call or text like Corey and Nick have already done. Our number here at the studios of Grand Forks Best Source, 701-213-0863. 701-213-0863. Pardon the clothing today. I'm on my way to deer camp as soon as we get out of here. But, all right, let's do it. Our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. You know, some people are like slinkies. Some people, they're like slinkies. Not really good for much, but bring a smile to your face when you push them down the stairs.
Okay, that's on the upper echelon.
That one wasn't bad, was it? Put a smile on your face when you push them down the stairs.
Yeah.
You're the man. All right. There we go. I want to give a special shout out to Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. Not all of us drink beer. Some of us aren't old enough, but there's other things out there too. So thank you, Scotty and BT, all of you out at Rumors. We appreciate that. I was told last night in a phone call that that had to be here, and I'm like, well, how can I make this work? And then I thought, oh, okay, it's easy. I just talk to them, and there we go. But
I knew it was probably not going to be a thing at 11 in the morning, and Tequila Todd was going to show up. But so,
but there you go. A couple of things I want to talk about before we get going here. Yesterday, I was told that my shows suck, so I don't know what you people think about that yet. But best joke yet, anyway. So there we go. Let's see. Next week, Dale, if you want to talk for just a minute, coming up next week, we got FKA back in the studio.
Yeah, that's right. One sec here. There we go. Yeah, so
okay.
big show a week from today, the annual, or I guess twice a year annual, the later part of the year, the winter raffle for Forks Karting Association. The big money draws, I think, 3 to 5 draws for up to I think over $1,000. And a couple in the several $100 ranges. So I believe all the raffle books got turned in. But yeah, make sure to tune in live. And if you can't tune in live, we'll make sure to post all the winners on the ForksKartingAssociation.com website or the Facebook page.
All right, thank you. Best joke yet. How about that? Thanks, Heather. High Limits, I see. We can just throw this out there. They're scheduled to run in Mandan and Fergus next year, June 5th and 6th. Fergus and Mandan. Wissona Banquet was last week. I haven't talked to anybody that's been there.
just some mundane things.
Yeah.
Points and
a banquet where they actually dress up.
Yeah.
And what else we got here? Central Division, NHL. Jets in third, Wild in 6th, 2 points behind the Jets. This is going to be fun. I can't wait for the rest of this.
We went 3 games without one and then got one the other night, so we'll see how Seattle goes tonight.
It's going to be a good one. I love when the NHL starts. All right, let's start going around here. Man, and when these guys showed up today, I'm like, I can't believe, for one thing, I can't believe she's young, but I can't believe we've never had Todd in the studio before. But Todd Slocum, welcome, man.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic.
How's the drink?
It's fantastic.
Okay.
Yes.
I was told you liked Long Island iced teas, and actually Wade said you better have one. Wade Nygaard, who called you a legend,
Thank you,
is
Wade.
when I was talking to him last night, and said he liked Long Island iced teas, so that's why we are. And by the way, Wade Nygaard had some health issues, but he's getting better. He said things are coming around, and he's starting to get better. We're all praying for you, Wade. We're all keeping good thoughts for you there, too, so thank you. You are in West Fargo now?
Yes,
And you've always been there.
correct.
Because people, you're here so much.
I'm here pretty much at least half the year. in
Right,
Grand
right.
Forks.
So you almost are like a co-resident or a, I don't know, a dual citizen.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Now, tell us about yourself. I know you just retired at a nice young age, but what have you done besides the racing world?
Oh boy. Yeah, I was with Caterpillar, or the company that supplied Caterpillar, and then were purchased by Caterpillar for 30 years.
Okay.
So that's really what I did there. With,
Were you like a wrench there? What did you do?
I actually started out, it's the remanufacturing for big mining equipment.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Transmissions, torque
Sure.
converters, that type of thing. And I actually started out rebuilding transmissions for them.
Jesus, how big is a torque converter on some of that equipment? The size of a frickin' Volkswagen?
Pretty close.
Jeez. Wow. And did you go to school for that? Were you self-taught or?
I actually went to school for mechanical engineering.
Oh, okay.
and-
Okay.
And then later tried to roll that into industrial engineering and management degree.
Okay.
But then when I was working at Gramada, and then during that time I became a process improvement person, did a lot of work. So came up into the management team. Then I was warehouse manager, quality manager, and then at the end, project improvement, or a project manager to make things better.
Okay, so knowing you how I do with the whole racing thing, besides your job in Fargo, you ever sleep?
That was the thing. Brendan always used to kid me that said I was a vampire. 'Cause
Yeah, man.
I would sleep. Generally, when I was doing the working, I would be 4 to 5 hours a night.
Yeah.
Because I'd be up here till midnight, and by the time I got home
Oh, man.
and to bed and back up again to be at work at the later part of my career 7, but before
Yeah.
that it was 6.
Yeah, yeah.
And then forever when we were racing, back with Wade and Dad.
Yep.
We'd run Husits on Sunday nights.
Sure.
I'd get back, and there were several times they just dropped me off in one of the buildings we had was right in the corner of Main and 29.
Okay.
And I would just walk into work.
Oh, boy. And then start all over again.
Yep.
Oh, man.
There was a
that is
lot
crazy.
of platoonings back in that day where we'd stop somewhere else and drop everyone off and pick people up, and yeah, so
Okay. Charles says don't ask him about Dana Brooks.
Oh boy.
Of course I'm going to ask him, Charles.
No, Dana was good. He was a great employee.
Yeah?
He's
Oh,
also
you worked with,
retired now.
okay.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know who he is and everything, but wow. All right, I'm going to go across now. Kate Taves in the studio. The rookie was a rookie. How you doing?
I'm good. Glad we made the trip up here.
I'm glad you made the trip up here too. It's and I told you guys this when you got here. It's always, you never know. I can't just expect people to drop everything on a Thursday. And you come from Detroit Lakes, of course. Todd from West Fargo. That is a haul, and I tell you what, Dirty Thursday sure appreciates it. But tell us a little bit about you. I don't want to know anything about racing yet. I just want to know about Kate Taves. What do you do? Are you school? Where did you go to high school? Did you play sports? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I graduated in 24. I went to Detroit Lakes High School. and
Okay.
I did gymnastics basically my entire life.
Oh, okay.
A couple other sports. And then now I'm kind of focusing on helping out with like the family business stuff. So I basically took over boat storage for the family. So that was really busy last few months.
Okay.
And then I'm going to school right now. I'm taking a couple of marine power sports classes at the tech school in Moorhead.
Okay.
And so I'm going to try to apply that to like the boat storage and start offering more services, more winterization,
Oh, sure.
maintenance stuff.
Now, you, of course, like to drive fast. Have you ever been very fast in a boat? And how do you think about that? Because I was taken on a hell trip one time out in the Pacific Ocean outside of California, going way, way, way too fast in really big waves. And this is one of those deals where you were seat belted into the seat. And we were airborne, and we came down kind of sideways. and I actually broke the seat out of the boat. I'm rolling in this boat with this seat strapped to my ass, and ever since I've been scared to go fast on water, and I'm on water all the time. But have you ever been really fast on water?
We've got some jet skis that are pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah. You know what I think the whole thing is not being in control. When you're in control, it's a little bit different.
Man, you're just planes, trains, and automobiles, aren't you? Man, I was
am.
in this wreck one time. Which one?
What more could I go wreck, right? How'd you get into racing?
My dad raced when he was younger, and then on my mom's side of the family, my uncle raced too. So it's definitely in the family. And then we started with all the toys, the dirt bikes, four-wheelers, got into go-karts with a family friend helped us out there. And then it just kind of kept growing. It was kind of between like a lightning sprint or a legend, one of the more beginner classes. When we found a good deal for a lightning sprint, and kind of just started. I was pretty young, but we've learned a lot since then.
Yeah, and then you kind of morphed into, did you do any 305 stuff, or did you go right to the 410s?
I tried the 305 stuff last year, but we had a lot of struggles with the motor.
Yep.
But
And
it's still a good transition just to feel a bigger car, because it's way different than a lightning sprint.
Sure. And it's funny how this worked out, because we had reached out to you first, Kate, about being a guest on the show. And I said, you know what, you can bring whoever you want. Bring a guest with you, whatever. I figured it'd be like your dad or brother or somebody else that helps you with the cars or something. And you reached back to me and you said, I'm going to bring Todd Slocum. And I about pooped my pants. I'm not kidding you, because I'm sitting there thinking, I don't think he's ever been on the show before, which blew my mind. I can't believe that he hadn't been on the show, but I'm so glad you made that choice. Her mom's uncle lives in the other DL. That must be Devil's Lake. Mom's uncle's like in the other DL. Okay, don't ask. Okay. Okay, now, how big of a jump was it going from the Lightnings to the 410s for you?
Well, I think the couple of races in the 305 helps, but they're totally two different animals. Like, it's crazy. I mean, you look at them, I thought they would handle similar, but even that was a big jump. And obviously the horsepower, like the lightning sprint, everything's pretty well slowed down for me, and I feel in control. But jumping in the 410, it was like starting from scratch for me.
Okay, so next year, will you do both? Continue to do both? Or are you going to just go to the 410s, or what are your thoughts?
It's pretty up in the air. It kind of depends on what my brother's going to do.
How old is your brother?
Almost 15.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's easier for you guys to go race together, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And has he been messing around on the 410 or not?
He did the 305 like this year.
Okay.
I don't know how you'd call that.
And it'd be just nice to get you guys at the same track on the same nights.
Yeah, it's nice. A lot of times, like the 410 and the lightning sprints will be together at the track, but still having three different classes between the two of us, it's a lot for us to try to keep up with.
Sure. Well, absolutely. It's like the Lamoureux, and they're growing up playing hockey. You got 5-6 kids playing in 6 different teams. You got to go somewhere. How did you decide, when you blew me away, to bring Todd with?
I don't think I'd be in a 410 this year if it wasn't for Todd.
Okay. And you know how many people could probably say that?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people can say that over the years.
Yeah.
And how did you get hooked up with this guy then?
One of like family friend pit guy Shannon Fisher, I think, was like the first connection to Todd. And then as we were kind of looking into the 410 stuff, I don't even know. Todd came down and we went out to eat one night and was looking at the cars and stuff. And then as we got closer to the start of this year, we procrastinated a lot. We had a lot to do to get ready, and we didn't know how to do any of it. So Todd came down a lot to help us put the cars together.
Yeah, just because he ain't got nothing better to do, right? Jeez. Kaylee says, I've been told that going from karts to lightning sprints is pretty, but going from lightnings to a full-size sprint is much tougher. I would imagine that would be tougher. How often do you get calls, emails, texts saying, could you come and help us?
Oh, I get it occasionally.
Yeah?
From John, quite a bit. But, no, quite a bit. The big thing is, I helped with Kate and John, and they're such great people, great family.
Yeah.
That made me want to do that.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
And I know when I had talked to him, he said, well, it's kind of hard to know what to do, where to start, because people don't necessarily always want to tell you what
sure.
to do,
Yep.
and do you even trust them? Are they telling you the right thing? I said, I'm going to tell you exactly what we do, because I would much rather have. Well, first off, I want them running with us, the family,
Yep.
to support the
The
sprint cars
NOSA.
in the
Yep.
group.
Yep.
And secondly, I would much rather have somebody going fast, straight around a racetrack than somebody that's out of control and their car doesn't work, and
Just-
then they
yep.
get frustrated and want to quit.
Yep.
That's awful. There's nothing worse. So
And you couldn't have said that any better. I mean, the class itself, is up there. Well, you're on the NOSA board of directors now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How was that for you, getting into that? Because I thought it was a brilliant move to get you and I think Mark to get a little bit different blood in there, and I think it's made a difference. How's your thoughts being on the board?
I like it. Anything we can do to promote racing, and keep everybody that is racing still racing.
Sure.
Try and keep the costs down, keep the safety in alignment with the World of Outlaws
Yep.
and the best, so that we don't have any potential liability issues, but still keep the racing going and make it grow.
Is NOSA doing well?
Yeah, our group. I think a few years ago there was a handful of people that could win.
Yep.
Now there's quite a few.
There is.
The whole group has sped up. It's much harder to win and harder to do well, but that's great.
Yeah, and they keep you talk about trying to keep costs down. Well, the world of racing, the costs never go down.
No, it's
and
awful.
and they're doing it more again with the sprint cars this year. There's more money. I mean, it won't affect just the guys running here, River Cities or whatever. But you want to go run anything with high limit or World of Outlaws or anything like that, Knoxville, Houston, you've got to do these rule changes with the rear ends, and none of that stuff is cheap.
Right. That's where we've got the rear ends. We have our meeting coming up here probably in another month or so. We don't have the date set for sure, but our annual
Yep.
meeting before the banquet.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it as a group, and we always take all of the input from the drivers
Sure.
and the teams. They're the ones that are making the decision, because they're the ones that have to pay the bills and live with it. We can let everybody know. What I try and do is just let everybody know what's happening with all the other groups.
Yeah. Right.
And anything that we're potentially going to race with, and making sure we're as close to alignment as we can be. And if there are things that are different, okay, well, this is what's different, and this is the cost of doing that. So
Now, I don't want to act like I'm throwing anybody under the bus here, but when you have these meetings and you said, we listen to the drivers, we want their input. Does it? Because I've sat in on a couple of these meetings, at least for a good chunk of them. I've also sat in on some where it was just a bitch session, and I haven't heard that yet with you guys. At least not very bad. People have their concerns, but I haven't heard any of the whiny bitching, because you get that too.
we had that several years ago.
Okay.
And I think it's gotten better every year. And a part of that is that we are taking the input from the teams and the drivers to say, hey, we're trying to do
Somebody's
the best we
listening.
can. Yep.
Yeah.
And we even, when we schedule races and tracks, we're taking their input. Will you guys support this? Because we don't want to schedule something if they don't want to travel that far or
Sure.
whatever the
There's
case may be.
basically not many or any that I can think of decisions we make without them.
No, there's
And
some things we may, if it's a significant safety issue, that we'll say, no, we have to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
That's definitely the outlier.
Yep. But
Okay.
other than that, no, it's really driven by the group.
Wow. The safety with your folks, do they worry about that kind of stuff when you strap into a sprint car?
I think, well, especially for my mom, after she watched me do gymnastics, she almost thinks racing is safer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because I know some people in gymnastics, and yeah, it is pretty crazy.
It's better to do those flips with something wrapped around you than just be out on your
like
own,
a
right?
steel cage would be much better. Wow. So, and plus, I mean, ouch, she knew, your dad, did he race before he was married?
Yeah.
Okay, so your mom knew what she was getting into.
Yeah.
She maybe just didn't think her kids would all be doing it too.
No, and we kind of move fast for some of it too. So it's
Yeah?
Yeah.
And now, is she part of the team? Does she help with logistics, or does she go on the road with you guys, or does she usually hold the home front down?
No, we always go as a family. Like, I don't think she's missed a race.
Oh, wow. That makes a
Barely
huge
even
difference.
a test and tune, if that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was looking at this year, and I didn't get to figure out who was what, but looking at your numbers from My Race Pass, 35 features, 2 wins, 14 top 5s, 22 top 10s. I know a lot of that was lightning sprint stuff. But when you look at the NOSA stuff, or the 410s, 8th in points at River City Speedway, Not too shabby for a rookie. 7th, I believe, at NOSA points. 6th in the Lightning Sprints at Buffalo River. I tell you what, for a rookie in the NOSA, that was pretty dang good numbers you got there.
Yeah, I was happy with the season. I didn't really have many expectations of jumping into the 410 other than I just wanted to learn and get laps. So yeah, I was overall very happy.
Yep. And how many NOSA races did you hit them all, or did you miss a bunch?
I think I hit most of them.
She was one of the 2 that made all of them.
Oh, you did make them all. Wow.
You and Jack.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, okay. Amanda Joe, I almost forgot about the show today. Hi, Kate and Todd. Amanda Joe almost forgot about the show today. She never does that.
I knew that was going to get some kind of a response.
Or could do one of those. Okay. You know what I want to do? I think what we're going to do is, I'm going to ask you one more thing first before we take a break, and then we're going to look at some pictures. Everybody knows you, Todd, in the sprint car world, your dad, and I'm sure that's how you got your start. But talk about that, because between you and your dad, I mean, you guys have wrenched on some pretty big guys' cars. How did this all start with your dad and then morph into you?
My dad actually started when I was 2 years old, so it's kind of in the DNA at this point. And I was, they didn't win a lot to start with, but we were in the old days of West Fargo when it was a half mile.
Yep.
Even before the concrete wall was up.
Yep.
But I was just a kid. Of course, I was doing all the different sports and trying that. And Dad was always in the garage. He never pushed racing at all. Mm-hmm. It was, if you want to do it, great. And if not, do whatever. So I did all that. And I'm going to credit really a baseball coach to get me to go racing full time. Because I was in like 5th grade, had 1,000 batting average after 6 games. And my grandparents made a trip to come and watch me play. And that coach made me play third base coach that game.
Aye.
I said, well, they kind of rotate, which is okay.
Sure.
But I said, well, really? Because my grandparents have
made the trip here to watch me.
Come here and watch me. And he said, nope, that's what you're going to do. So I said, okay, and that was it. I walked home afterwards, walked in the garage with Dad, and I said, okay, I've had enough of that. Let's go racing.
That's a great story. I like that. And then, now, how long did you work side by side with your dad until a certain point, or how did that all go?
I was really, at the time they were a little more strict about the age requirements of pitting. So I started probably when I was in the pits at 14, but before that I was in the garage torquing heads because Dad always built all of his own engines.
Okay.
I was doing torquing heads and whatever with Dad at 10 years old.
Wow.
And then I was, like I said, when I was 14, then I was in the pits. So I was 16 for 3 years. But,
my kid's 38. I don't know if he can change a tire.
But then at that time,
I think we were all various ages at one point or another.
You were for sure.
Oh, yeah, you remember that.
Oh yeah, very well. But then I mean, I was, we're running all over the country essentially, and we're running Knoxville a lot and a lot of other places. We'd run 5 nights a week, and the only other person Dad would trust to drive the pickup all night long was me.
Was you?
So at 16, that's what I was doing. So yeah, we grew up probably almost as much, almost best friends and almost like brothers. Dad was still Dad when he had to be Dad.
Yeah.
But
that is awesome,
we were
though.
really close.
Man, I couldn't have. A couple of quick texts here before you get back. Corey Litton, one thing about Kate that sets her apart from a lot of racers is her work ethic. The amount of extra work she puts in with the test and tune shows up in the results on the track. Anytime the Taves kids can get on a track, they do it. That's why they won in karts, lightning sprints, and why they will win in a full-size sprint car. Thank you, Corey. Dan Wisco, Todd is owed a huge thank you from so many. He's given so much time and effort to our sport without asking for anything. Definitely appreciated in the pit area. Kate, it's been so fun watching you and Matthew improving every year. One of my best memories comes from 25 seasons, was getting you both up front for your 1-2 finish. Keep up the great work, guys. The sport is in good hands. Shannon Fisher, awesome young lady. Glad to be part of the crew. Amanda Joe, Todd is my sounding board on everything race related. He always answers my calls. Can't thank him enough for everything he does for NOSA each and every single season. Shane Romling, Miss Doug Slocum. He was a good crew chief. Miss Doug Slocum. He's a good crew chief and very, very good wisdom. Thank you, Shane, and everybody else. Now, who did your dad pit for? or wrench for
Oh boy.
and build for?
It's a big list.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I told that to Brendan when we started together. I said, Brendan is the 27th different driver that I've worked with.
Wow.
And I don't include anybody that we only raced with one time. You know, it had to have been at least a few shows.
You know,
a few races.
you think the guy should be like 900 years old? You know, that is nuts. We're gonna talk about some of those guys and girls or whoever you helped with, but and we're gonna look at a bunch of pictures. But we got to take a break. This show is going really fast. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. Everybody. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more too. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids. Check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. You know, they can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street or call them 701-780-8462 and make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. All right, back on a Dirty Thursday in the studio today, along with Stephen Lewis, Dale the producer. We have Todd, Slocum, and Kate Taves are here today. Dale had something he wanted to ask me. What's up, Dale?
Yeah, a question for Kate. So, I was getting familiar with your raceography, getting refreshed with it going into the show. So I have one thing that just really caught my eye was the year you made your transition from karts to lightning sprints. 2020, not only going from pavement to dirt and then back and forth, different kart and cars, and then just the year that was 2020. How do you reflect back on that? 5 years removed from that, what was that like with that whirlwind of the world going on, then making that big transition?
I guess I never really expected it until we got there. I didn't even think I was going to race that year. I thought we just got the car and we're going to maybe do some test and tunes and that was going to be it. But then I think the first race someone said, "Oh, there's not going to be many cars, so let's try it." And then we just never quit. And then doing the karts and racing both was probably a lot, but then it just kept adding when my brother started racing. And
are you one of those people that's like, I want to go in that 410, I want to move up, I want to do this, or are you one that's going, I don't know if I want to, but you seem like you're very aggressive?
Yeah, no, I definitely wanted to move up and
Okay.
just for another learning curve and everything. So
All right.
Do you feel like it's helped you over the years going back and forth from one car to another, whether it was kart to lightning or lightning to 410 now?
Helped and hurt, I think. The lightning sprint, like doing that one and going back, I know I can be aggressive and like pick my line, so that part of like racing helps. But I drive the two cars differently, and so I would sometimes hop back in the lightning sprint, and all of a sudden I'd be sideways or something goofy, and it's just because I was swapping back and forth.
Do you have a favorite?
I like the bigger cars now.
Yeah. And it's probably getting more comfortable all the time, which you're going to like it more and
Yep.
more. What I want to do is we have got a buttload of pictures, and you'll be able to see them on that screen there, or you could probably see them here. But we're just going to play these pictures, and you guys, you know what these pictures are. Stephen Lewis might, but you guys just go ahead and talk about what the pictures are, because they're mixed up between having to do with both Todd and also Kate. So let's roll some pics in. And thank you to Stephen Lewis and you guys for the pictures, by the way.
I had to steal that one from Josh. Absolutely had to.
Oh God, yeah, that's phew, man. That probably about 78 or 79. I looked a lot like my youngest son did 15 years ago.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Now,
Look at all that hair.
yeah.
we're talking back in the era needing to be a certain age to be down in there. Now, were those pants a choice, or was white still the rule then?
No, white was the rule.
Okay.
You had to have whites on to get in.
Yep.
Wow, that just blows me away.
That through about mid-'80s,
Yeah.
I think, was the rule.
Okay.
Having to be in white, just a safety thing.
Yeah. the go-karts.
No, that's Fargo there, right?
Yeah,
asphalt.
that's the only place we raced with the go-karts.
Okay, how'd you get number 72?
My uncle was number 77 when he raced, and then my dad was 22. So I just took
okay.
one from each.
Okay. 2019. Wow, look at this one.
Look at that. Yeah, let's talk about old cars. I did include some old pictures in
Yeah,
here.
great stuff.
I think the biggest thing is, a lot of people always ask me, how long you been doing this? And I said, right after they invented dirt.
Yeah. No shit.
But this is one Dad actually worked on. This was at West Fargo. Jerry Nowinski was driving it. It was owned by a guy in Fargo. But if you look at it, it's actually a four-wheel drive sprint car. It's got a trans.
Yeah,
I was
I can
about
see
to
that.
say. Yeah.
And I remember drove Dad crazy. He said the biggest problem is the owner wanted the big tires on the front instead of just the
Yeah.
little front tires. And they overpowered the hubs, and the hub would break about 10 laps in and turn the car right or left and destroy the car.
Jeez.
But other than that, it was pretty fast until they had those problems. But
Wow.
yeah, that's actually like a transaxle out of an Oldsmobile, I believe.
Man, and then you look at the guys in the pits back there. You see how they got the matching red pants and
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
cool stuff.
You don't see a jeans in the work.
Right.
So yeah, the one kneeling there is my dad.
Okay.
Frank Whitty is the driver. And back then, that's when they were checking the weight. We had a little scale weight
Sure.
checker that you'd.
And look at how small those tires were even then.
Yeah, they were, but they would live like
Yeah.
7-8 years easy. You get so tired of the tires, you just want to throw them away.
Yeah. Not like today.
But the other thing about that picture, that car won a lot of races on asphalt, and of course we were running it on dirt as well. But
Wow.
the roll cage, if you can see, is actually a bolt-on roll cage because there were some organizations we ran with
IMCA?
at the time, IMCA, would not allow full roll cages because they thought the drivers would drive too aggressively.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And that's actually the car too that Don Mack drove for us at the State Fair in Minneapolis
No kidding.
or St. Paul that one year.
Damn. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I think, well, probably Tommy. Tom actually did the go-karts too, and he won a ton of races once we kind of knew how to set them up. But yeah, both me and my brother were pretty competitive.
Oh, speaking of carts, Steven Ader wants to come back on the show, so we got to get either Mike or Corey or somebody to come up here, be a guest, and maybe
Bring 'em
catch a
with.
ride with them.
Yeah.
All right. While we're looking, okay, hold on. Travis Strandell says very thankful to have Todd so involved in our sport and the NOSA group. Also, Kate did a great job her rookie year, and it's great to race with. Racing season can't come soon enough. I agree. Look at that. Who's that young kid in the front?
Yeah, that'd be me.
Look at that.
So I included this one because I believe if this isn't the first Friday, it is one of the first Fridays that we had Doug and Todd with the 9
yeah.
car.
Oh, wow. I thought it was.
So,
I'm on the end. I see now, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
You can see
Wow.
Berkey and Wayne Sandy's on the far other end. Billy Matichek is in there.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah.
I thought it was maybe because you had a picture without Winnipeg Jet stuff on. Where's Billy Matichek?
The pants aren't black either. Billy's in the black there.
Oh
on
my
the-
gosh.
on the right. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That is a great picture. There you go. Back to that one again. We can flip by this one. That's a double. Now getting dirty.
Yeah, we went to Little Falls like every Friday for a long time there, even after we started racing the sprint cars.
Yeah.
Especially before Matt hopped into a sprint car, we would race dirt bikes, four-wheelers. And
I did a little bit of that when I was younger, too. Never four-wheelers. See what Corey Litton says? Why am I always volunteered when Steven Ader's involved? Because you're a good guy, Corey. Okay. What else we got? Oh, look at that. Now that looks like Todd Slocum I know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that was when Brendan was first starting out. So that one's at Grand Forks as well.
Okay. Wow.
there's the dirt bike, yeah.
Were you always a Kawasaki gal?
That's just what we had, yeah.
Okay, yep,
I
yep.
was never good with the dirt bike. I think the first time I actually tried racing it was the first time I could actually lift the bike up on my own because
Oh,
I
sure.
crashed so many times.
Yeah, I know when I first started, I couldn't touch both feet on the ground.
Yep.
Now, I just saw a documentary on I guess it was MotoGP racing, but they're talking about the art of wiping out and not getting injured. Can you relate to that at all? Like being taught how to, I guess, bail, for lack of a better term?
I guess, yeah. The biggest thing is whenever we rode, even if it was just at our house, we made sure we put all our gear on. And I don't think I ever got too crazy where it was that much of a concern, but a lot of time you're racing on sand, so it's
Sure.
pretty soft landing.
Well, I started racing dirt track oval before I knew how to ride a bike. I didn't even have a bicycle. That's how my
That's
dad was
crazy.
back then. It's wired the way they should be. I like that. All right, now we're going back again here. This is cool stuff.
This is really fun as we go on. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this
Go ahead.
was 1980 at Knoxville.
Jeez.
During the Nationals, Donnie Speaker's driving. We won the C main. Wolfgang crashed behind us in the C main. That one, I thought he was gonna kill both Dad and I. We were standing in the inside wall, and he lost control coming out of the fourth corner, and was coming right head first for us. And,
Oh, jeez.
And was it Shorty Templeman from Arizona?
Yep.
Hit him about 10 feet before he hit us, and they both flipped end over end down the straightaway.
Oh, my
But
gosh.
that day was pretty cool because the actual Nationals fogged out the night before. It got so foggy you could only see the exhaust on the cars during the C main when we were all
Wow.
lining up.
That's
Yeah.
kind of creepy shit there.
Oh yeah. So we won that, and then it's and this is Mike Speaker's dad.
Okay, I was going to say, that's Mike's dad.
Yep. And then we started from there. We started 22nd or 24th, whatever it was, in the B main, and drove up to I believe 6th
Wow.
in that one. But yeah,
Dang.
it was a fun day.
Another fun thing about this, Mike actually owns this car now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they found it. It was actually sitting up at the corner of, what is that, 275 when you're on your way to Ada. And it had been sitting there for years. I think the guy passed away and had an estate sale, so Mike went up there and got it for a pretty reasonable sum. And I think it's over at Josh and Tom's now. While we hopefully have time to refurbish it one of these years, but.
Well, that's a Bob Trossel car, and Doug Wolfgang actually welded that one together.
No kidding.
Yep.
Speaking of those guys, I'd like to swing by there one time, that shop. Amanda Jo Enright, absolutely love the entire family. They're so awesome to work with. It's been so fun to watch the Matt and Kate grow up the last 6 years and to see their progression through racing. Tommy does the best race interview of both Matt and Kate.
Yeah, Tom is really good.
I don't know who Tommy is.
That's my youngest brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the guy, the best interviewer. Okay, interviewee.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This looks like probably Devil's Lake the first year. I
yeah,
really like that
2020
car
already.
still, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
Was there any difference going from the Bailey to the Hyper?
Mostly the motor was the biggest thing once we got the new motor in. That one was getting pretty tired at the end. But yeah, we did a lot of races in Devil's Lake that first year, which is kind of the longest drive for us, but it was basically a home track.
Does everybody run like GSXR motors, or what are they running, or what? Okay.
Yeah, it's a combination of Suzuki and
The Yamahas.
Yeah, most people run Suzuki's.
Yeah,
but
there's a
some other ones
GSXR.
are
there's a
getting-
couple of different options. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the meeting of the minds.
Oh wow.
That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing better than getting out there and actually feeling the dirt and seeing what you got.
Back in the day when Fargo was still the half mile, and when they used to run the World of Outlaws, remember they ran the 360s and the 410s.
Oh, yeah.
I went there to help Brendan Wild a couple of times, and so I didn't know a whole. I basically wrenched on A-mods before that, and here I was going to go walk the lap because we had time. There was people walking, and I happen to have a screwdriver in my back pocket, thank God, because all of a sudden here I'm walking next to Carl Kinzer, and we're walking together, and I said, "What do you think?" He goes, "What are you guys running?" I said, "We're running a 360. Well, then he was just talkative, and he'd poke a little bit with the screwdriver, so I'd go another 10 feet, and then I'd poke. I had no idea what the hell I was looking for, but
Meanwhile, I'm sure Miller went by both of you and was trying to sync it up to the handle. So, and then you still probably wanted more water.
oh, another great picture there.
Yeah, that's a really good picture, and it's always been interesting racing against Matt because for a while I was faster, but I think he caught on a lot faster than me, especially because we knew how to set the cars up by then. Yeah, now he probably beats me way more than I beat him in the lightning sprint.
So apparently your brother's kind of Corey says, Tommy tried to sell me a bag of popcorn for $20 one time. They were giving them away at the concession stand. The kid is a thinker for sure. That's good stuff. All right, what do we got here? Oh, wow, going back. Oh, look at that, number 11. Look at that hair on that guy.
And actually, yeah, Steve Kinzer,
Yep.
when he was pretty fresh to sprint cars. I remember we raced against it. This is the World of Outlaws just started, and that car was one that Carl Kinzer built. And Donnie Speaker went over and looked at it and said, "Oh my God, it looks like they built the car," and said, "Oh crap, we forgot to put a roll cage on it," and just slapped it on. But they were fast.
Yeah,
Man.
it looks like an early 70s Edmonds, just how square it is.
Yeah.
You know?
But Carl did his own stuff, and everything was super light before any of us were smart enough to know that that would make us a lot faster.
Maybe not the safest, but super light.
Right. Yeah, because Dick Gaines had been driving for
Yep.
Carl.
Okay.
And that's essentially what Steve hopped into.
Wow.
Like Bernie Glennon said one time, Steve Kinzer was running bathtubs. We'd all be running bathtubs.
Ball tubs. Now, where is that?
This was Watertown,
Oh, okay.
and that's Tommy Allison on the to Todd's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Tommy helps us when we're down there now. He's now a family guy. So
Oh, yeah. Boy, that's what happens in life.
he's like all of us go through that period where we're racing less and working more.
Yep.
and
Yep.
That's what he's doing right now. But he's still with us when we're down in Sioux Falls and down in South Dakota area.
Okay.
So he's great. He would, when he was up with us here, he'd come up and help me build cars during the winter and stuff too. So
Wow.
he's fantastic.
That's got to be like the first race at Devil's Lake that I've ever raced at.
You look like you were pretty young.
Yeah, I was 13.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty nervous.
Memories of your first laps in the Lightning Sprint.
Oh gosh, I think. Well, my first laps we had like a kind of private test and tune at Devil's Lake, with one other Lightning Sprint. So my goal is just to, I guess, not
Some
spin
seat
out.
time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we did a lot of laps before I ever raced. Otherwise, I would not have been out there.
Memories of your first racing laps.
I think I don't think I got lapped in the heat, so I remember being very, very happy about that. But it was just focusing on holding my line because I didn't want to get in anybody's way was the biggest
Heather
thing.
McDonald says, I remember it was a test session.
Yeah.
That sucks getting lapped in your heat race. I can tell you that from experience.
Wow.
Okay, this one again, that same 1980 Knoxville Nationals, is Steve Kinzer in Bob Trossel's vice grip car,
Oh, wow.
and that's when he won his very first Nationals down there.
Oh, boy.
And what happened was he destroyed Carl's car, and back then nobody had backup cars.
Yep,
You
yep.
had what you had.
Mm-hmm.
So then he hopped in Bob's car, and what was crazy about that is every night after their qualifying night and the non-qualifiers night and that, where they had the dashes and things, they went back to Bob's shop and cut the front end off. Bob and Carl cut the front end off, changed motor heights, changed tube heights, changed all of it. And where they wound up after this one, because we had one of these cars made for us the next year, is very, very, very close to where we're at today still.
Wow.
And this was the big change when they went from the cars that were completely the low bar cars
yeah.
to what they called the high bar cars. Yeah.
Dang. Guys were thinking way ahead of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, this Corey Mack. This was our first win together at Buffalo River.
That's awesome. Man.
That's my first win in the Lightning Sprint in Greenbush, and it was so special because that's my grandma.
Oh, for cool.
Yeah, and for her to make the trip to Greenbush, which is like 2.5 hours for us, with Paul White, who's actually the one that got us started in the go-kart. So, yeah, for them to be there was like pretty lucky because they don't always come that far.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Does she live in Detroit Lakes then?
Yeah,
Okay.
my grandma actually passed, so it
Oh.
makes it even more special now
Yeah,
to see the picture.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, I was wondering what the story was with this. I said it's got to have something to do with
And
one of the first race shops
if
or
you
something.
actually zoom in on it, it says Bob Trossel Racing up on the sign.
Yep.
That is the shop where when Wolfgang won his 45 features for Bob Trossel, they raced out of that shop. That's where they built all of our cars.
Isn't that cute?
from out of that
Wow.
shop, and it's right down by the river in the Des Moines River in Des Moines. It is pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
Area.
Fuel, what is that? Cans of gallon drums of race fuel? Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and they would the little door, that's where they had all the tubing and all the things
Oh,
to
sure.
manufacture, and did a lot of the welding. And the other side is where they actually raced the cars out of and worked on them there.
Heather says, I remember Jason Berg set up a test session in April of 2020 for Kate and had Travis come run with her. I remember I was running a little late that morning. I go down to the infield. We get Kate pulled up to the infield. There's this tiny little girl in there. I said, no worries, you'll grow. She grew. She's taller than me now. Wild to see her grow up so quick. I blinked, and her and Matthew grew. We're just getting old. Okay.
So that shop, one more thing, if you ever go down to the Knoxville Sprint Car Museum and Hall of Fame, they have an exhibit in there, or they did when I was there a few years ago, of Bob Trossel's shop.
Oh, really?
And
That would be so cool.
So yeah, that's the lightning sprint I still have now. I wonder what track that is. I don't even know, but
It's not River Cities.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
got
not
some
sure.
high banks, though.
yeah. But yeah, it was really nice to get that car. Had a lot more people that could help us then, and a lot more books and stuff with the newer parts, and
Yep.
yeah, the motor still was the biggest thing for me.
I caught a slow speed one there, so we can't really tell where we're at. But
yeah, here we are when Wade Nygaard in the middle.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, Billy Matichak way over on the left.
Yep.
Kim Young, then Wade, and me and my dad. And this is right after we all joined up and teamed up with Wayne Anderson with his car.
this is the first weekend.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Dang. Okay, that picture was in Fargo, by the way.
Yep. That was that weekend
Corey
we had to
Corey.
do Fargo, Warren, Fargo in a span of 36 hours. Remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that
Because we had the Sunday makeup in
Sunday makeup
for the
World
Outlaws.
of Outlaws. I remember that we went up to Warren. We won the feature there.
Yep.
Loaded up. Unfortunately, people didn't even get to come out of the stands to see us because we had to go.
Right.
But we got to West Fargo, unloaded the car, and the engine was still warm.
Jeez. I love those stories.
Hey, do you guys need engine heat? No, we're good.
No, we're good. Keep the door shut on the trailer.
That's when we just got the hyper car, and I was at gymnastics that morning, so I didn't even get to be there when it came
it's
in.
still
but
on the
yeah,
pallet bottom, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got it ready in like a night or two, so I could race it in Grand Forks.
Awesome.
I also live in the dream, though. Just come home and
Yeah,
that's,
it's all
that's
right
sitting
there.
there. It's just like, well, that couldn't be a better way to come home.
Yeah, look what FedEx brought today.
Expecting a package.
Yeah. There we go.
83 or 4?
This would have been, it would have been between 81 and 82
Okay.
because we had the coil car in 83.
Oh, sure,
But
sure.
this one is exactly like the car that Steve Kinzer won the Nationals in. That's the one that we had to make.
Yep.
And so Todd Mack, Todd and I were real close to the same age when we were 21 years old, and ran. Or actually, Todd started for us when he was 18, and the first year he ran half of the season and split duty with Bob Sagan,
Yeah.
and then after that, Todd drove for us for several years. And,
You know, I've been trying to get Todd on this show.
well, this car is actually the one after Don Mack came off the World of Outlaw tour. Before Todd started driving for us, he hot lapped that car at West Fargo. He got out there, he had his helmet, and he just had a short sleeved white shirt on and hopped in and went out there and it was a full, well, it wasn't NOSA at the time, but it was a 410 race. And he was out there and he was a second and a half per lap faster than anybody else there that night.
Jeez.
We found out later, he said, yeah, well, if you would have asked me, I would have driven for you for the rest of the year. But,
Wow.
yeah.
Crazy.
Before we even got that car even stickered.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it's a good picture.
Jason Berg said, Heather McDonald, I very much recall her in the beginning and being a small part of it. Heather says, replying to Jason, you played a bigger role than you think for a lot of people. There we go.
Oh, that was one of the banquets, one of the NOSA banquets. That was actually the year that Wade
Yep.
won the NOSA championship. So they're with Jeff Vanasek, Bob Mullen in the middle, and Neil Thompson.
Yep.
So
The boys, those guys are fun guys to hang around with too,
man,
boy.
Still,
You ever run into them at the Legion Club on a Friday night? Beware.
yeah, they're an awesome group of guys.
Yeah. Gosh, I remember that like it was just like yesterday, talking with those guys in the pits all the time.
Coil car.
This again, yeah, was Todd Mack, but it was a coil car. So if you can look at the front of it,
Yep.
if you zoom in even farther,
You can see that.
there's nothing in front of the front axle.
Isn't that nuts?
Yep. That car was still my favorite of all time.
Really?
Fastest car. The biggest problem we had back then is our engines weren't strong enough to pull it if the track had a lot of moisture.
Sure.
But,
Wow.
we ran Jackson every Saturday night, and the guys there would say, if it's dry slick, say, well, it's your guys' race tonight. And that car actually Todd ran. That's back when at Grand Forks they inverted the field
Yeah.
every
Yep.
night.
Mm-hmm.
That car won every race it started for 2 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was, and we had a driver adjustable sway bar inside of
Oh
it.
yeah. Yep.
Because of course there's no torsion tubes on it.
Mm-hmm.
But Dad and I made some pillow blocks and had a torsion, like an 825 torsion bar hooked up to a lever in the car. And on one side of it was a solid arm, and the other side was a spring steel arm, and
Yeah.
it would rotate. And, straight up and down was this full effect anti-sway or anti-roll of that torsion bar. And when you'd pull it down, you could have like 7 different spots you could put it to, but if you went all the way flat, that spring steel would just bend, and it was like you didn't have that in there at all.
Man,
And that's what we used to help unhook it when it was heavy.
that is crazy.
Everyone loves this picture. This is the first time we started up, so Todd was here. I was going absolutely deaf. These cars are so loud, and he's just
Well, the
fiddling with
header's right
things.
underneath you. Yeah.
yeah. So I was just so excited once we finally got it running, and having Todd there to help because we didn't want to screw anything up before we even got on a track. So
Yeah.
We've all felt like that when
Yeah,
we're
I'll
sitting
admit,
behind that and it's going, wow.
I probably would have peed a little. Now we go with Brendan.
Oh, this is Brendan. Yeah, this is at Mandan.
Oh, okay.
One feature out there. That was a 2021, I believe, when we won quite a few races. So that was one of our.
I'd have thrown Jamestown in there too because that was the first one the week before, but we had to get out of Dodge before we were stuck in there. So
Yeah. I threw that picture in.
Yeah.
But
You did? Okay.
Yep. But that was, so we won the Jamestown, and then we won here at Mandan's. It was pretty special. This is at Jackson, back
There's
when it was a
some-
half mile. The car in the front, now if you look, the car right in front, the white car, the number 4,
Yep.
is Todd Mack driving for Doug Howells.
Okay.
And Todd had been driving for us in the 4 that's at the front of the field.
Okay.
And that's Guy Forbrook
Oh, wow.
driving for us there. And then Keith Franson in the middle.
What a great picture, man.
And Todd was unbelievably fast in Hall's car at that time.
There's the Peterson Taves show.
yeah, it was always really fun racing against Kelsey and now watching her in the late model and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
What, all 3 of them finished top 10, I believe, in NLRA points this year?
Tucker did.
I thought all 3 of them did, or maybe it was River City's points.
Yeah, no, just Tucker was 10th.
Okay.
River Cities, they were all up there. So
Oh, this is a Wade Nygaard one.
Oh, wow.
So this one's actually the last Friday you guys ran before you came over to us. This is the 6N.
That's the 6N car, yeah.
Yep.
So that was Wade's dad's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys actually got wadded up that night in turn 4.
That'll happen.
Yes.
More than once.
There's Dad, with Donnie Schatz, when Dad and I went with him when they first started.
Wow.
Donnie was 15 at the time.
Didn't even look like Donnie.
No, he was just this little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a different Donnie.
Yeah.
That's the 305.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's one of Austin Pierce's cars. So
yep.
we got a bunch of stuff from him.
Yeah, I heard the story. Thought they wanted to buy a few things and ended up taking everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what do you mean you're not racing? Oh, yeah, well.
Very similar to the Jordan Adams story.
Yep, kind of, yep.
It's good though, just because we wouldn't have had a tire wrench if we didn't
Sure,
get
no.
everything. So yeah,
And that's the story that is played over and over again. We hear that all the time. If you're going to get out, I'm not just getting rid of some of it. Here, now you don't have to worry about anything. Just learn it.
This was really early on. This was Lisbon. We ended up getting rained out that night. But do you remember if that was like night one, or because it was the first time I'd seen you?
yeah.
But-
Oh my gosh, I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Might have got a Fargo in before that.
Yeah.
This was that same night at Buffalo River with Corey Mack.
God, I thought that was Casey.
Oh, that one's Corey.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
I did help Casey a couple races, and that was fun too. But it was that same year.
Wow.
It was
Oh,
actually
okay.
because Corey had some soccer games he had to go to and things like that. I actually had Todd Mack in the car haul up at Grand Forks.
Oh, no kidding.
When Corey was doing the soccer thing in Duluth, and Todd just ran like a time trial session, and he
Yeah.
walked up to the car and took the transponder off and said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I don't want my boys to know how slow I am."
Oh,
I said, "Put that back on because I'm trying to see what the car will do."
yeah.
And then Todd went out, and then I came into the shop the next day, and Casey was in there swearing at his dad. "Damn, Dad, you haven't been racing for 5 years, and you're faster than all of us. What kind of deal is
Yeah.
this?" He's looking at the printouts from the transponder.
You know, and it's funny because I just spent the better part of a good month with these guys doing beet harvest with all the Macs. They don't even talk about sprint car racing anymore. You're sitting in the farm shop, and they got the trophies up there and wing panels and yeah.
Well, we actually helped him out that one year he came back. He retired for 3 years. So he goes out, I think it was last one in June, first one in July. Like, I wonder if he's going to be rusty at all. I was right around there, just starts whipping around everyone like, well,
So much for rust.
once he gets the rust knocked off, I guess we'll be all right. But
Yeah. No, he was one of the best drivers that I've ever
Oh,
worked
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Most natural.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I had him as the number one driver for many, many, many years.
And he would, no matter where you went, he would raise to that level of
Yep,
competition.
yep.
So he was pretty special.
So is that an old Nygaard car?
That is one that, that was what Dad and I had. And that was after Wayne stepped away from racing.
Yep.
But yeah, Wade Nygaard. And that was actually, you see the big panel on the rear of it off the right side.
Yep.
That was a Cheaters Day race.
Oh.
And that's at Huset's. But we had the big panels, and we had full sideboards and wings on it when they had
Wow,
Cheaters
for
Day
cool.
on the
I never
half
even
mile
heard of
Sioux
that.
Falls.
Never thought about that.
I would assume, I've always wanted to ask someone this, did that actually make a difference?
Oh, man.
Some of this stuff?
Yeah, when we had the side pods where you had the side Nerf bar, we had Nerf bars all the way down in front of the headers, and you had panels on the top and the sides. It would suck that car. You could watch the car just suck to the ground.
Wow.
Syracuse.
Yeah, well, and the first time we ever did it was with Donnie Speaker, and they outlawed him shortly, like after we got one race on him. They outlawed those, so we couldn't run them anymore. But we did it at Hartford when that Hartford, South Dakota was a half mile, and Speaker went out, and it was a big race, and and Don Mack was there, and Don Mack went out, and Wolfgang was there, and they went out and time trialed, and Don Mack set time, and he was, I think, pretty fast, and then Wolfgang went out and beat him by like half a second, and we went out with all the panels on and actually a smaller top wing, and we were a second per lap faster than Wolfgang.
Jeez.
Second per lap faster than the field. And yeah, so I mean, they worked really well. This is
The work with Mr. Umdahl.
Nick Amdahl. This was I think our first feature together, first win at Devils Lake Speedway. So that was a fun year too. We had a pretty successful year together that year.
You guys got to a point you kind of dominated out there.
At Devils Lake, we
Yeah.
sure did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's at River City's my first night with the new car. And then I think the biggest reason why we wanted to get it going right away once we finally got it was because like the next week was a nationals or something, so we want to try to get some laps and so we
Yeah.
could be prepared.
You know what's fun about that? Weston in the background, too.
Yep.
Oh, this is
Oh.
one in the auto finance shop. But my dad was working on the car. Wade was driving, and then it's me and my oldest son. And that year we were all together, so it was a lot of fun.
That is cool picture. 3 generations. That's neat.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, is that where that came from?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
Josh Abrahamson's car. So yeah, we must have just got it in the shop after, picking everything up. And yeah, the first time we went down to look at it, I obviously had no idea what I was looking at then, and my dad was new too. Yeah, sprint cars was all new to the family, so yeah, it was exciting when we finally got to bring it home.
Jim Spranger says, I remember Todd Mack winning an NCR race when they came to Grand Forks, 1993.
That is exactly correct.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
All right, we got to roll through these, man. We're flying through time here.
heck
That
yeah.
is a great
Heck
picture.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite
That's called
pictures.
saving it there, man.
That's at Knoxville.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you turn into a corner at Knoxville the way you do at Grand Forks.
Yeah.
That was Brendan's very first turn.
Did he save it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you guys coming back from that, and the story you start telling is, all right, so when you go into this corner, you don't turn.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
that was-
telling me this, and I go, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, that was actually the coolest part of the night.
Yeah, that's
Brendan,
an oh shit
because
moment.
I was talking to one of my friends, crew chief down there, who was working with the new driver, and Brendan happened to be walking by, and he said, "Yeah, I'm working with a driver." And I said, "As soon as you stop trying to turn the steering wheel, once you trust me enough not to turn the wheel, then you'll start going fast."
Okay.
So Brendan did this one lap. This is a practice night. We had a couple sessions, and we went out there on one of the sessions, and Brendan said, "Well, it might have not been my smartest move." He said, "But I went down the straightaway." He said, "First off, you go down the straightaway at Knoxville, you want to start turning at the flag stand because
Yeah.
you think there's no way you're going to make it through the corner."
Yeah.
But he said, "I just tucked my elbows in and stuck them on my hips so I couldn't turn, couldn't steer the wheel." He said, "The craziest thing happened. I went in the corner, and the car just laid down and turned all by itself." And yeah, we picked up about a second per lap just by doing that. But
Heather says, I just randomly found the picture of Zach's first time in a sprint car and him getting acquainted with the pond off the backstretch.
That sounds so much like Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
You tell them 50 laps your way,
Yeah.
50 laps my way. Guarantee if you give me an honest effort, I'm going to beat you.
I like that. Yep.
This was Minot. This is the opener this year.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. This was before things went south.
This
So-
was the prettiest the car was for the rest of the year.
Literally, quite literally.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, mine I was really nervous for that race, and trying to get there, our truck was all broke down and 5-hour drive and everything, but it was a good it started off as a good first night in the 410.
That was such a scary wreck too. Did you? How long did you feel that one after that?
It wasn't that bad, just like my knees got a little banged up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
well, yeah, this is the Jamestown
there
one
it
we
is.
talked about. Yep. So Bob and Brendan and me, and well, that was not that same year, but it was I think the next year when we went
Oh,
back.
sure.
And this was actually this year at Greenbush, or
Oh, yeah.
returned to Greenbush, and
You always gotta love when you catch a backfire.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that. That's very pretty.
Wow. And thank you.
Yep, Brendan won that
Dale,
one
and
in
all of you
5
guys.
minutes and 20 seconds.
Mark Sin
Straight,
says,
straight through.
I remember Todd's first year in sprints. He was on his lid a few times. Who knew how good he would be? The pictures are awesome between all of you. Thank you for bringing those pictures. With you now, who helps you on your car?
Well, I couldn't think, my dad is the biggest part of this,
Mm-hmm.
getting me and Matt into racing, and it's us three working on the cars every week to fix things. But yeah, I want to thank both my brothers, my mom, my grandpa, Shannon, my Uncle John for helping at the pits, and obviously Todd for this year. But then driveway service, Mark Sand and Gravel, Valley Tiger, and Amsoil this year.
Do you get along with your brother otherwise? I mean, are you like typical? Because my sister is a year younger than I am, a grade younger. She's about a year and a half younger. Yeah, we get along great now, but she lives in, Alabama. But no, I mean, growing up, of course you had your sibling fights and your spats and things like that. I don't know if her and I were a lot different growing up in high school especially, but how do you get along with your brother when you're not at the racetrack and when you're at home or whatever? Are you guys cool?
Yeah, for the most part, I think he's getting a little bit older now, and I've
Can you
kinda
still
done with
beat him up?
school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A little hesitation there, but yeah, and I think the racing does bring us closer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, we can't stress it enough. Racing is a family deal. Whether your family's there or not, it seems like all of the NOSA, all of the lightning sprints, all of whoever, they get along, they hang around, they are kind of like family, you know. So, Todd, before we start to wrap things up, how long will you keep doing this? Because to me, you still seem like you're just a youngin'. It seems like you are still full of piss and vinegar.
Tell him,
Because
Dad.
you don't hardly ever get any sleep, and you just still keep, you're like a Timex watch, man.
I sleep now though that I'm retired.
Oh, I
So,
bet. What do you sleep in till like 7?
My body, I let it do what it wants to.
Okay.
It doesn't want to go to bed till
Average, what time do you get up?
I go to bed about 12:30 or 1 in the morning. Get up about 8.
Oh, wow. That's almost like human hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, I did that this morning too, and I just said to heck with it. And
I called and woke you up at 9:30, and I'm sorry.
I don't usually do that on a Thursday anymore.
Yeah, that's all right. So you're not going to quit. I mean, you're going to be
Never.
doing this forever.
Till I'm dead.
And you got no problem with that.
No problem at all.
And I'm guessing right now there's a shit ton of people watching this show that are glad that was your answer.
I hope so.
Yeah, and you know dang well. Man, we're gonna have to get these guys in here again sometime, and I'm just kind of bummed because the scheduling today and how things are going. But I can't believe it took this long. I can't believe it took this long to get him in there. With you being a rookie, I get that, but thank you. I owe you probably more for anything because I just told her bring a guest. And then she says, I'm bringing Todd.
Well,
And
definitely
I-
we were thinking of ideas.
Yeah.
We could Zoom them in.
Yeah.
There's no way we could ask them to come from
And that's what I said.
DL,
We'll
and
Zoom
then
you.
they do,
Nope,
so.
we're coming. And you said that when you got here today. There's no way we were going to Zoom this. And are you still nervous, or did it go better now?
No, it went well.
I told you it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
And one thing too, I do want to say,
Mm-hmm.
talking about racing, like I said, forever, as long as they'll have me. The Mullen family is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just Brendan, but Ryan, Heather,
All of
Bob,
them.
Joan,
Yep.
Joby. They're all fantastic. Fun. They make it fun. They make life fun. And essentially they become as close of friends as a guy can have. So that's
Well, I
fantastic.
mean, Joby's your favorite.
Yeah.
You've been pushing for him
Absolutely.
to have a car for years.
And you know, it's funny because I still call high school hockey games on the radio. And back when the Mullen boys were still playing for Red River, I'd always have a talk with Bob and, you know, the family. And it was so funny because we'd be there at a hockey game talking about sprint car racing. Should be talking about a hockey game that's going on here. But they are a great family. They got great people working with them, and I am just so tickled that you guys made it to this show today. Who said it earlier in the show with a text that racing season can't come soon enough? I think it was Travis Strandell, and I'm already jonesing for racing.
Yeah, I'll give him a deal.
Yeah, I'm so sick and tired. I don't want to watch anything on asphalt anymore, so I'm kind of glad that's done. I want to see some dirt stuff. Stephen Lewis, man, you the man. Dale, the producer, he makes this show look so damn good. Thank you, Dale.
And, I also threw links in the description in the live chat. People haven't had a chance. Keep up with the Taves Their Racing updates on their Facebook page. I got the link there, and I forgot. You guys got a YouTube page. A lot of awesome onboard videos, in-camera shots. I can only imagine the tech that goes behind that. Really cool YouTube channel you guys have.
My cousin does really well with that stuff.
That is awesome. Cousin Chase does a
Yes.
pretty good job documenting all of Taves racings, too.
It's familiar. So I was wondering, I was like, Chase Bachmeyer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
cool.
Bachmeyer. That's a Crookston name back in the day.
Oh.
Okay. I'm from Crookston originally. I just don't tell anybody that. So, again, Todd Slocum, Kate Taves, Stephen Lewis, Dale, the producer, you guys are freaking awesome. I feel like I'm kicking everybody out of here kind of early, but I know everybody's got a long drive back to get home. But you guys are awesome. I cannot wait. Are you still out at the shop quite a bit here in town or not?
Oh yeah, every weekend.
Okay, because remember I used to always do those remotes out at Lithia every Saturday, and I'd always get there early because I could swing into the shop there. And I didn't even know you guys then. All of a sudden, I just started kind of moseying in there, and it'd be like, remember the first time meeting Bob, who are you? Well, I'm one of the announcers at there. And then now I'd stop in there all the time, but I need to start doing that again. John, Dale, Stephen, great show. Two of the best guests, too. Can't wait to see you all in 26. Thank you very much, Dan Wisco. We're going to get Dan back in here again soon this winter. We got all kinds of stuff coming up. So, again, you guys, thank you so much. And again, coming up next week, What do we got? We got the FKA big finale.
Yep, Forks Karting Association raffle. I imagine I'll probably be reaching out here to Brady and company there to see which karting drivers they can bring on too. It's always cool to see which
Yeah, I
drivers
think that's
can
for what,
come on.
$1,000?
Yep. I
Something
think
like that.
a few big draws.
All right.
Is that the last show before Turkey Day?
Yes, it is. We will be
sounds
off
like it.
on Thanksgiving Thursday, too. So there we go.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'm going to get my ass going. I got to get to the hunting shack. But I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, not only River City Speedway, but the Santa Claus Girls Valvoline, and also Rumor Sports Bar and Casino, who thank you so much for the Long Island iced tea for Todd. Rumors, what a great place. Go there and get a sandwich and a side for $7 today, or just check out any of their food. They've got great lunch and dinner specials. It's home of the world famous beer tower. You want to go watch UND kick the crap out of Arizona State this year in hockey?
I will be doing that live tomorrow, but
Okay.
you can also take the bus from Rumors.
Exactly. Jump on the bus. I think it costs you $5. You get back, they give you a free beer. It is unreal. Wall-to-wall TVs. If you don't want to go watch the game live, go watch it at Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. They're open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm going hunting. Don't know when or when I'm coming back, if I even do, all right? Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. You never miss a show that way. We love the Forks. Well, Grand Forks' best source is giving the Forks their identity back.